Another Memorial Day is behind us, and a crucial election in Wisconsin is ahead, just days away. So what, you may ask, is the relationship between these two events? Well, it has to do with the price we pay for freedom, a price that is different for each American. Many have paid the ultimate price by dying for their country. Others have been seriously wounded or borne the burden of seeing their loved ones be placed in harm's way. But there are many other ways that people are asked to sacrifice for freedom that are less obvious. When the state you live in is running massive deficits and you work for the state and are asked to contribute more to your own generous benefits in order to help close a huge budget deficit caused to a significant degree by those very benefits, that's a price of freedom as well. Being willing to sacrifice a little so that your state doesn't have to burden future generations with massive debt and doesn't have to shut down vital services for people in need is an act of patriotism. So, as voters in Wisconsin prepare to cast their votes in the recalled election of controversial Governor Scott Walker, the most important thing is that this election is being held at all. And the reason it is stems from the refusal of public unions to make a sacrifice for freedom that is minuscule compared to the sacrifices made by those we honor on Memorial Day. The public unions refuse to contribute a little more to their own pensions and health care, even though the state was running an almost $4 billion shortfall due in large part to the generosity of those benefits. The union bosses refused to budge from the 1% their members were contributing to their own pensions, unwilling to accept the 6% contribution they were asked to make. And they refused to accept a 12% instead of 6% contribution to their health care benefits. So the public unions and their political allies, sensing the death rattle of their movement, stoked an uprising and a petition drive to remove the governor from office in the midst of his 4-year term. This is beyond unfortunate. It's the sign of a society increasingly marked by self-centeredness, with more and more of those who are paid by the rest of us seeming to care only about getting theirs, no matter the cost to everyone else. A society where almost half of taxpayers pay no income tax at all, but continue to vote themselves money by supporting candidates intent on punishing the productive elements of society. A society deteriorating from within. Unfortunately, it's impossible to force people to value their freedom enough to make even a small sacrifice. You cannot coerce people into seeing beyond themselves. You cannot force people to act with honor. Ben Franklin famously said that he and his fellow founding fathers had given us a republic if we can keep it. They had serious doubts that we could. The many who have sacrificed their lives to sustain freedom stand now in stark contrast to the selfish and short-sighted souls who threaten to tear it down.